Much. Erica Payne, founder of the Agenda Project. Mark Matson, founder and CEO of Matson Money, are here. Mark, to you first. Will taxes need to be raised to get a deal done?
Well, I think the Republicans would be, quite frankly, idiots if they did such a thing. Look, this country needs to get people back to work, and raising taxes is not the way to do it. We need to cut the deficit, and it needs to be done in a dramatic way. If you're at home and you're in massive deficits, look, there's a real reason that there's a debt spending limit, because it's imprudent to go over that limit. And I don't think they should, unless they get a balanced budget amendment, I don't think they should do a doggone thing about it.
You know, Erica, the Republicans are digging in particular from the Tea Party, and saying, look, we came into Congress not to raise taxes, but to get spending under control. That's what they want to do. That is the fight. Will the Republicans, though, do you think, have to come back to the table and renegotiate?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to come back to the table and renegotiate. It's basically a racket. You know, they've got 375,000 people in the country who make more than $1 million, and they refuse to raise taxes on these people, even though they're paying lower taxes than they've ever paid, and they're more interested in helping those 375,000 people than helping the whole country.
These aren't just people. These are small businesses as well. I know that they're individuals. I get the corporate jet thing. We've heard it all before, Erica, but these are small businesses that are filing as S1s. They are the job creators. They will not be creating jobs if taxes are raised on them, right?
Cheryl, that's really not true, because what happens is we're talking about individual income. And so when you're a small business owner, as I was for 10 years, you know, you have your profits and losses statement on your small business, and what's left goes to you individually. And if I individually, as a small business owner, bring home individually $1 million, I think I can afford to pay the taxes I paid under Clinton when the economy was booming and everything was great.
Mark Matson, you're a small business owner as well. You have told me previously on this program that you do not look at it the same way, and that you are going to have pause when it comes to creating jobs.
Hey, I just got left the room coaching 200 entrepreneurs, all small business people who coach other small business people, and I asked them this question. Not a single one of them thought raising taxes was a good idea. And these aren't people that are making $1 million. These are people that might be making 100. Maybe their spouse is making 100. They're making a couple $100,000 a year. You know, throwing around this $1 million, let's eat the rich kind of rhetoric is ridiculous. These are people that are creating jobs. The only business person I know that thinks it's a good idea to raise taxes in the middle of a recession might be a crack dealer or a drug dealer not paying any taxes anyways. That's insane.
Same question to Dennis Neal.
Well, the problem is that this is so much theater, because, you know, if you raise taxes on that top 1%, it's not like, oh, the deficit is now solved. No, it's purely the symbol. In 1990, tax rates on the rich were higher when you combine them all together, higher, and the top 1% paid only 25% of the tax revenue collected. Now they pay 40% when rates are lower. So go ahead and raise that rate on those top 1%, and you're going to bring in lower revenue. We're now at only 14.5%.
Inaccurate. That is 17%. Inaccurate.
That is not inaccurate. 1990, 25% was paid by the top 1%. That's not inaccurate.
The top 1% of people in this country pay an average combined tax of around 22%, because most of their income comes from capital gains. They don't pay 40% in federal income taxes. You and I both know that. And we are talking about a group of people who is paying lower taxes today than they have paid since 1958. And we have an economic problem on our hands. These people have not done their fair share. Congress is in a racket with them that's led by the Republicans. And whatever small business people Mark saw at his 200-person convention was a convention of the Republican racket convention.
If the top 1% of earners pays 40% of all federal income tax dollars collected, and that's a true figure, top 1%, 40% of the dollars coming in, what's the right percentage?
Okay, so here's the thing. Let me tell you what someone. So here's a choice that someone can make. Someone that can either make the choice to make $1 million or more a year and pay a big percentage of their wealth in taxes because our country helped them get rich in the first place, or they can make a decision to do what other 90% of us do, which is make an average of around $60,000 a year. If they don't want to pay their fair share as a millionaire, don't make as much money. This country rewards work, and we're asking people who make that much money to reinvest in the country that provided the roads, the internet, and everything else that helps them be successful.
Mark, go ahead.
But let me tell you why this can never be solved with taxes. Think about it psychologically. It's hard for most individuals to even spend within their income level. Now think about politicians. They're able to take from someone else and go into massive deficits without paying any repercussions.
So, Mark, first of all, 44%. Mark, 44% of senators are millionaires. So what they're really doing is voting in their own self-interest. The millionaires in the Senate don't want to raise their own taxes. They would rather see the country go into the toilet than raise their own taxes. That's where we are. A bunch of millionaires are running the country, and they don't want to do their part.
10 seconds.
I don't know a single entrepreneur that can't create more jobs and create more value for America by keeping money in their own pocket than giving it to Uncle Sam and having him waste it and squander it on personal projects.
Do you know what jobs? Do you know what jobs millionaires create?
Breaking news. I've got breaking news, guys. Breaking news trumps both of you. Sorry, Erica Payne, founder of the Agenda Project. Mark Matson, founder and CEO of Matson Money. Love you too, but I've got breaking.